Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Two topics for this video. The first one, the Russians launched a massive drone attack on Ukraine last night on Friday to Saturday, the 21st to 22nd of March 2025. That's the first one. I want to show you where they launched the attack from and what targets were hit. I will have a map and I will have two Ukrainian articles to provide you with details. And the other topic, which I think is very important as well, is the Americans are starting to confirm the root causes of the war in Ukraine, and that is territories and the ethnic Russians from those territories. Witkoff, the US Middle East envoy, somehow very much involved in Ukraine, he comes and tells us, well, it's a little problem. You see those territories over there? The Russians are on them. The people voted for him. They held referenda. So they find justification for the Russians' presence and unification of those territories with their motherland. All right, let's start with the first topic. This comes from Ukrainska Pravda. March 22nd, 2025. Ukraine's air defense downs 100 UAVs overnight. 63 go off radar. So you got at least 163. Let's see what else. It's 179 altogether. So the Russians launched 179 attack drones. And the Ukrainians defense managed to shoot down exactly 100. Exactly. All right. Ukrainian forces reported that 63 Russian drones disappeared from radar. That means they hit the targets. The drones were launched from the Russian cities of Milerovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk, as well as Cape Shauda in the temporarily occupied Crimea. So this is east, southeast, and south. I'm going to show you here. This is the map of Ukraine. Here is the Crimean Peninsula. Here is Milerovo, right here. Exactly in this little weird thing here. This is Milerovo. So this is east. And then I'm going to go southeast right here, where my melon is exactly here. Primorsko-Akhtarsk, this is the one. So this is southeast. And this is Cape Shauda on the Crimean Peninsula is exactly here, right there. This is the Kerch Bridge, the bridge that the Ukrainians, I said many times, will try, and I suspect they will eventually do it, succeed in destroying. A total of 100 drones have been confirmed shot down, and they attacked what? Ukraine's south, north, and center. Zaporozhye, Kharkiv, Sumy, and Kiev. So Zaporozhye, Kharkiv, Sumy, Zaporozhye right here, Kharkiv right here, Sumy in here across from Kursk, and Kiev. So they launched from here, from the east, boom, is right here. Sumy, Kiev, Kharkiv, and Zaporozhye. All right, we got another article coming from the Ukrainians. Ukrinform, the same information. Let's see if they give us anything else here. Okay, from directions, the same directions, 179 drones. Here is the evidence, my friends. What did they attack? Is the same thing, Zaporozhye, Kharkiv, Sumy, and Kiev regions. And that gets me to the second part of this video, where we have the Americans finding arguments, justification for the Russians' occupation of Donbass and Crimea. All right, they finally came along. Ukrainska Pravda, 22nd of March 2025. Crimea and 4 regions, end quote, are key issues in Russia's war against Ukraine, Trump's envoy Witkoff says. Now, this guy is Jewish. Zelensky is Jewish. He is the Middle East envoy, right, for the Middle East. What the hell are you doing dealing with Ukraine? Ukraine is not in the Middle East. Russia is not in the Middle East. Europe is not in the Middle East. Go and talk to, I don't know, Lebanon, Gaza, Hezbollah. Go and talk to Saudi Arabia. Go and talk with Syria, maybe Iraq. Go over there. No? No. Okay. All right. So, for whatever reason, this guy is looking for his eggs, not the eggs. Eggs being their investment in Ukraine, which is Mr. Zelensky, Mr. Zmihal, Mr. Yermak. Those are his investments, their investments. Why do we have this guy in the State Department? You always have to have a manager there, not Rubio. So, Steve Witkoff, US President Donald Trump's special envoy in the Middle East, or to the Middle East, has stated that the largest obstacles, plural, to resolving the war started by Russia. No, I think it was started by NATO with its enhancement or advancement towards the Russians since 1991, promise broken, are the, and I'm quoting, the so-called four regions, Donbass, Crimea, you know the names, Luhansk, and there's two others. So this is the envoy. Don't you think that he would know this? He should know the names by heart? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Don't you think he should know this? This is an American style education, I will tell you. When I went to college in the United States of America, and they ask you, okay, when did the Second World War occur? And they will give you these brackets. When did it start? You should know, according to the official, how should I put annals. It started in what? 1st of September 1939, when the Germans invaded Poland. Supposedly that's where it started. I personally don't think that's when the World War started. But anyway, let's say that's the one. But in America, they give you multiple choice options, which is it started in before 1800s. It started between 1800s and the 2000, or after 2000. So they give you so much leverage that is really hard not to. Second World War, was it during, I don't know, Caesar's time or Attila the Hun? No, I don't think so. Okay, was it now? I mean, last year? No, I don't think so. Probably the other one, by elimination. I think this is the one. But this guy is supposed to be a diplomat. That means you need to know history, not only have a circumcised dick. That's not what cuts the whole shit. But it seems like Kushner, Madeleine Albright, Blinken, they had that. So I don't know about her, but nevertheless. So he should know the names, he should know the dates, he should know the geography, history, culture, who's who, what's what. He doesn't know. And two other regions. You should know them, but he doesn't. That tells me he's not really over there to really know what's going on, but to protect his kind. All right, let's go. Witkoff, in an interview with American propagandist Tucker Carlson. Remember, these are the Ukrainians. So Tucker Carlson is a propagandist, but hey, others are not. And I'm quoting Witkoff. They're Russian speaking. There have been referendums or referenda. I thought they were shams, referenda, and now there's referendums, where the overwhelming majority of the people have indicated that they want to be under Russian rule. I think that's the key issue in the conflict. No, the key issue in the conflict is NATO knocking at Russia's doors. This is an issue, but not the primary issue. Witkoff added that this is the key issue and that very positive conversations are taking place. So, you see, he did not use sham referenda. He indicated that they want to be under Russian. What do you want, man? That's the way it is. And the overwhelming majority of people who speak Russian. So you see, all this is a defense of the Russians. He said this has always been the issue, although he claimed that no one wants to talk about it. We all talk about it. Those guys don't want to talk about it. Not all. No one. Okay? And I'm quoting. That's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is there are constitutional issues with Ukraine as to what they can concede to with regard to giving up territory. They changed the constitution and there you go. The Russians are de facto in control of these territories. The question is, will the world acknowledge that those are Russian territories? They will acknowledge as they acknowledge the formation of Kosovo by you. Can Zelensky survive politically if he acknowledges this? This is the central issue in the conflict. Absolutely that. No. Always pay attention how the issue is framed. They like to do like this. They like to go to the secondary and tertiary issues, not the primary. The primary is not those territories. The primary is NATO advancing. That's what it was, because if NATO would not have advanced, Ukraine would have been still neutral. Remember, why did those guys in Russia had a little uprising in Russia, in Ukraine, in Eastern Ukraine, the Russian-speaking ethnic Russians? It's not because, they woke up in the morning in 2014 after, Putin blew his horn. Boo, boo, let's go. It wasn't that. It's because you and your garbage came to Ukraine and you helped with your agencies overthrow a government, legitimate democratically government of Yanukovych. That's it. That's the one. It's you coming. Always when you want to solve a problem, go to the origin. Example. You see me outside beating the shit out of someone. Bing, bam, boom, boom. Oh my God. You just see me over there. You just show up. You just burst. Hey, Emil, oh, look at that guy. He's so tough. He's beating the guy. Man, that's not good. He's the aggressor. Oh my God. That's the key issue is Emil beating the guy. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. And Emil says, yeah, but a minute ago he killed my family. He killed my children. Oh, okay. So you see, chronologically, he deserves not only a beating, he deserves many, many other things that I will indulge in providing him with those services. Okay? So it's chronologically and what is the origin. Don't give me the, because those guys speak Russians and the Russians came to protect them. From whom and why? You go chronologically back and you find out you lied in 1991 after you guys agreed with the fall of the Iron Curtain. You. Do you remember who came with the term Iron Curtain first? No, it was not Churchill. No, it was not Churchill. It was that guy called Goebbels. Goebbels said in 1945, and he said, and so an Iron Curtain falls over Europe. And that was before Churchill. What is he saying? And the Iron Curtain. I'll give me the whiskey. Okay. That's what. All right. But if you know the chronology of events and you know the chronology and history, you find out these guys are making fake idols. Now, if Churchill was so fantastic, why wasn't he re-elected by the British election system as the prime minister after he won and beat Hitler? Why? Because they knew that he screwed you, my fellow Brits, fellow human Brits. Okay, why? He bankrupted the country. Yeah, you won the war. Bankrupted a country, destroyed your empire, lost your colonies, and then you did what? You succeed. You beat Hitler. Why did you enter Poland? Why did you first declare war to Germany? And what? In 24 hours after these guys invaded, to defend, to protect Poland from the German occupation. That's why you entered. And then what did you do after the Second World War? You gave the same Poland that you fought against the Germans for, you gave it to the Soviets. So you lost all the fucking way. Who won? I tell you who won. The guys who had a state in 1948, they won. Witkoff can tell us that too. And Zelensky too. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.